What is going on, YouTube? It's Kyle, and today I have a little special something, it's a Spider-Man Platinum review, and what I mean by that is I recently today got the Platinum Trophy for Spider-Man, or Marvel's Spider-Man, on the PlayStation 4. Over the game, how exactly it was, how was it getting the Platinum, kind of like doing all this stuff, and then I will go into more detail on this on a Party Chat podcast here pretty soon in a few days, so stick around for that. Jump right into it. So first, of course, is the story. Plays Peter Parker, you go and do stuff. Also, before I get into anything, I want to mention spoiler warning. Actually, I'll do this. Here is a non-spoiler review. It's great. Go buy it. There you go. Spoilers. Here we go. Okay, so the story. You play as 3 people. You play as Peter, or technically 4 people. Peter, Spider-Man, Mary Jane, and Miles. The Mary Jane and Miles parts were pretty cool. You do get to do one pretty cool thing against Rhino with Miles, where you have to like run and hide and stuff. I thought that was pretty fun. Playing as Peter, just playing the game itself was really fun. Just swinging around New York, movement was fantastic. Everything just felt good. Playing as Mary Jane, same thing as playing as Miles. It was cool, I guess. I didn't hate it, but I also didn't love it. It was kind of like there. It just pushed the story forward. I didn't find a problem with it, so, you know. So the story itself, I thought was really good. The chemistry between Doc Ock and Peter was always nice. It gave me very Spider-Man 2 vibes. Pretty sure everyone's seen Spider-Man 2. That's pretty similar to what the game is, or the story is for the most part. Other than they include the entire Sinister Six. In the beginning, I thought it was just going to be Mr. Negative as the villain, and then it turns out that the Sinister Six is actually formed by Doc Ock, so that was pretty cool, and you take down all of them. I thought the boss fights were really awesome, actually. The boss fight with Electro and Vulture was one of my favorites, just because you're fighting 2 people at once, and you're in the air the entire time, so they're constantly swinging. But, like, pretty much, if you're good at dodging, that's all you gotta do, man. Like, that's all it was. It was just a lot of dodging, a lot of punching, pretty much it. And then Rhino and Scorpion is a little bit easier of a boss fight. The Scorpion mission itself was really cool, very trippy. I really enjoyed it. And then the Mr. Negative fight I thought was awesome. You do learn that Mr. Negative ended up killing his parents because of Norman Osborn, so that's pretty interesting. And then the Doc Ock fight I thought was pretty cool too. I died once in that fight because I was bad, but I ended up getting back and beating him the second time, just because everything was on fire and I got slapped to the ground and I just died. So I wasn't the best, but then I got better, and I beat him. And the suit you get too, the suit you get at the end was really cool. It's just literally just a black version of the advanced suit. I think it's called the anti-Oct suit. Thought it was really cool, really dope. I'm loving the original suits. And the post-credit scenes is something I do want to talk about. I might talk about it in another video in like a week or something. But we get to see a tease for, I think, 2 upcoming DLCs. I'm assuming maybe even a sequel of a game, because we know the Black Cat is coming as the first DLC on October 23rd, I think. And then, but we get a tease. We get Miles. Miles gets bit by the spider. The exact same spider he gets bit by in the comics. Fun fact. B gets spider powers. He jumps on ceilings and he's like, Peter, I gotta talk to you about something. He's like, all right. And he's like, is this weird? And like he jumps on the ceiling. He's like, no, and he jumps on the ceiling too. And he's like, it's not weird at all. You know, it was a while after all this stuff happens. And then you get another tease for Venom, which was interesting because they used Harry Osborn as Venom. So what happens is Harry, we think he's in Europe because he has this disease. It's like some kind of, like, I think it's like a nerve disease or something. Like he's like losing functions, or I think he's losing limbs or something. I'm not exactly sure what it was called, but it's something like that. But we always thought, oh, he was in Europe. He's in Europe trying to find help so he can get it, like, the treatment done so he doesn't die. But in fact, he's actually never even left. He's inside of his father's house, and he's being hidden in this tank, like kind of like from Star Wars. And inside the tank it looks to be a symbiote attached to him, presumably Venom. So I think that's really cool. And people are like, why isn't it Eddie Brock? I was like, does it have to be? Like, Venom himself, the symbiote itself is its own person, you know? Like, it's its own person. It doesn't matter who it's attached to. But I assume what they'll do is they'll do this, and they'll have him become Venom for either a DLC or for a sequel or something. Because we don't have a black symbiote suit for Spider-Man in this game. Which I'll talk about the suits later on. Yeah, we don't have that. That's like one of the suits that we don't have that's also a fan favorite. So if they do this, they'll be able to add that, because I think they're adding 3 suits per DLC. But this is just, I really enjoyed it because he's like, I'll save you, I'll fix you, and then like you see the symbiote like grab the tank, and it's like, dude, it's alive, like that's Venom, like that's super cool. So I think those are really cool. I do have some ideas on story-wise what would happen, but I'll talk about that in another video. Stay tuned. And then I want to talk about the stuff getting the platinum. So you got to get all the backpacks. It was pretty easy because you just scan and they show you where they are. It's pretty simple. And then when you get all the backpacks, you get the homemade suit from Spider-Man Homecoming, which I thought was pretty cool. The Black Cat stuff, you get a cool suit at the end as well. That one was a little weird because I was expecting some kind of boss fight, and there wasn't. You just go around and you pick up you find all the cats, like you take pictures of them or whatever, and while her horny self is talking to Peter, and then you go into her lair, and I was like, oh, she's gonna be there. She wasn't there, just a suit, and then it teases the DLC. I'm a little iffy, but you know, I enjoyed it. It was fine. I really liked the suit, so it was dope. And then the bases I thought were really cool, really fun. Just kind of like a little, I don't want to say dungeon, but just like things to fight, I guess. They were pretty easy for the most part. I think I died maybe once doing all of them, I think. But yeah, it wasn't too hard. I died more times doing the crimes, the Sable crimes. My God, were those frustrating. But yeah, so actually speaking of crimes, that's what I'm doing next. The crimes. You have to do like 25 crimes, I think. It's either 25 or 30 crimes per district. Except for one district, I think. But it was a little annoying. I didn't know that at the time, so I was just swinging around. If there was a crime, I was like, I can do that later. Don't do it later. If you're going for the platinum, do it now. As soon as you see it, do it, because that takes the most time is the crimes, because they're random. So you gotta like swing around and wait. I mean, they're like pretty frequent, like maybe every 1 to 2 minutes, but it can be a little frustrating sometimes, especially with the Sable ones. Sable ones are really frustrating because you don't do a lot of damage to them as you use electric webs. So photos, pretty easy. You just kind of zoom past and take a photo. I didn't really focus on that as much in terms of taking a really good photo. I would just zoom on, I would pull out my camera midair, take it, and then keep going, just because it was that easy. And then the last thing I want to talk about is the suits. Oh man, do I love the suits. I think the suits were great in this game, other than a couple. I didn't like the rubber one, the wow, English is hard. The electricity one, I didn't like that one. I thought that one looked really ugly. And I don't really like the kind of Ghost Rider one, the white one. I don't know, I'm just not the biggest fan of that one. I thought I would like it a lot more, but maybe it just doesn't fit. I don't know, it just really doesn't fit Spider-Man. The one thing I will say is that when you complete everything, when you 100% complete every district, you get a suit that's actually teased in the game after you get out of that hallucination from the Scorpion mission, where you just are in your boxers and a Spider-Man mask. You actually get that as a suit if you complete the entire game. Just, you know, pretty cool. But yeah, so in total, my favorite suit is probably the Last Stand suit. I really like the Last Stand suit. I don't know why. I honestly have no idea what even the Last Stand suit is from. I haven't read a lot of Spider-Man, but I don't know why. I just love it. It's just like jeans, a leather jacket, and gloves, and then the mask. It gives me real Smallville vibes with like the leather jacket and stuff. I don't know. I thought that's definitely my favorite suit in the game. Second favorite suit has got to be the advanced suit, the one they made specifically for this game. And then third is probably going to be the anti-oct suit. I don't know. Those are just my favorites. Super cool. Yeah. So if you guys have platinum in the game, let me know down below, and let me know what you guys think of the game in total and how you enjoyed it. And I will see you guys later. Peace out.